Hello and welcome. Right, just checking my sound. Always check it. Yeah, we're good. We are good. It's fantastic. Excellent. Yeah, it's horrible when you like do an entire session of chatting and you realise with horror that you've not been recording the sound. It's really horrible. So this has just finished this field. I just was checking my whiskey. I've tweaked the yeah, I'm wanting all my grates to be grates or to look like grates because I realise productions normally just go into the ground. I'm trying to go for realism, so even my productions, I wish to look like this is a bigger field than I thought it was. It's not a big field, not by any stretch of the imagination, but it's not tiny either. So yes, and nearly all of them. I've been through them all tonight and sort of I think I've done them all, but I'm sure there's going to be a couple that catch me out. There usually are. I've tweaked a couple, one of the greenhouses and the grapes and oils, which doesn't affect this Let's Play, but I have actually tweaked that as well. Let's shut this, I don't think. Well, no, we could sort of go up and then reverse and then go down. And we could leave this. It does make sense. Oh, I don't know. We've got like fields down here, but I suppose the only fields left to do are down this end. Yeah, it is. Yeah, we've done all of those up the top, so that is a good place to be. Have we? Oh, have we made a mistake? Oh, we might have done. Yeah, I've just been thinking. Yeah, what do we do? What do we? Oh, mind you, I think to be honest, I think we've probably got enough for next year as well. But it is true. Yeah, I was just thinking. Let's have a look at our fields. We should, yeah, what I have done is a mistake. Is you will see that all we've got left is the sunflowers and that. Shouldn't we have planted more? I think we still can. Barley. Shouldn't we be planting some more barley for next year? We've just literally got time to do it. Have we got any? Ooh, rain later. So it's all going ramming over your stuff. Right, so we do need to do barley, which is, we have our cedar, so we need to be doing this. Although I've got to be honest, I do agree with what I just said. No, we've got enough barley. I was just thinking we've got that. Even the normal silos, absolutely jam-packed. Oh, now that is a point. My silos, are they still all in existence? Because I've changed my silos a little. Let's just have a quick fly over with the drones. That's still okay. That one didn't have one. Got the ones, yeah, that one's still okay. And that I've got to change the graphics on that one. Just that one. Yeah, that's right. We're going to be using that more than anything. I think we're all right. Yeah, I didn't change. I've not changed the square ones yet. I have changed these. That's a point. I haven't. I must have changed this because otherwise that would have disappeared. Huh. That's true, actually. Yeah, that should have disappeared. So it's not. It's strange. Let's just make sure everything's good. So it's the grassfield silo is the one. Has it got anything in it? Yes, it has. So it's definitely okay. Carbine silo is the little tiny one, and that's definitely got TMR. So my worry about TMR was all unfounded. It's okay, but it is true about it squirting weirdly. That's definitely wrong, but I'm getting used to things being wrong. So yeah, so the whiskey now. If I just go and show you what I have done, I have now got the. Obviously, the grate is the we imagine it's been put in there, but really it's where the yellow chevron as well. I've moved the yellow chevron 2 over the grate, so now the grate is 1. We're doing very well on this when we do sell it. Not doing bad. Now, that's the point. Do we owe any money? No, we're all right. Yeah, I know we had some shenanigans last session. I was sort of looking and thinking, was I fair? Was I not? I thought, well, I think if anything, I was probably under. Yeah, it was a real robbery. It was terrible. I don't know what happened. So let's have a look. Our animals are also no longer young. So we've got 40 births that happened this very month. which I think we mentioned last time. And these are very close to out of pubescence animal food. We could do the bit of TMR on this side, and down the bottom is fine. So let's just grab one of our tractors. I'm sure there's one kicking around up the top somewhere. There's the biggie. The biggie's, I think, the only one left standing at this end. I do love using these. I do. Let's just, yeah, that'll do there. Well, naturally, I think there's the carrot's actually there already. Yes, I'm not had much practice on FS25 for using these buttes. But I've noticed I'm getting straight into my. Yeah, I really do love these kind of tractors. I sort of use them a lot, and this is my favourite of this particular type. I've got a John Deere I like as well, but I think, yeah, this probably is actually my absolute favourite. I do like this particular type of tractor. It's yeah, offers a lot of advantages over normal tractors. He says as he crashes into everything and making it look like it's absolutely rubbish at driving one. Because that's that old saying, pride comes before a fall. I wasn't trying to show off, but it is true. You also should recognise in yourself if you are reasonable. Yeah, sometimes though they're a bit. It's just very, very powerful too. Brilliant, that's what we are trying to grab some TMR, which is actually that one there. So, yeah, it does seem a little unfounded that my TMR seems to be still working, which is, I was a bit worried that Giants had changed something, and it doesn't look like they have, so. But it did, I'm going to be honest, my logic was sound, but I'd also, yeah, some of my game files weren't quite right on the day that I said that, so I've now corrected that. The game's registered with Windows and all that type of stuff, so everything's pointing to the proper place that it actually should, so we're all good. Right, so now then, seeding. Have we got one of the... I believe we have. I think it's down here. We don't need to worry about... But that one actually would do. It has got a front and a back 3 points. Have we got a seat? One of my seeders. One of the BI 277. Yes, yeah, no, we haven't got a 177. What have we got for seeding? I could have sworn we used. We have seeded before now, so I must have misplaced my. Because that's the fertilizer spreader version. Now the have I changed it since? Because we definitely seeded. For us not to have a seeder net right now means that I would have thought I had hours, which means that I must have changed its name, or it shouldn't have changed its name. Let's have a look. Let's have a look in this, because it should be under seeders. If it's not there, then something seriously bad has happened. No, it's there. Oh, so we should have one of those. Unless I took it out and then put it back in, or we didn't have one, or... Well, I mean, I suppose what I'm saying is, how did we plant or seed without any kind of seeder at all if we haven't got one of those? We must have had a seeder, and we don't have one now, so that would mean to me that, yeah, we've got the front box, got the fertilizer spreader, but we haven't got the seeder. So to me, that means that I must have changed it and have mistakenly not got it back. Yeah, but it does make a certain amount of logic, actually, that I am speaking the truth. So we will allow... I will check in editing, but yeah, you sort of left one of those. Well, I think I must be right, because it makes sense what I'm saying. So let's just give ourselves a cashback. Not that we can't afford to sort of do this again anyway, but and we will indeed. Yes, we will buy you for 4,777, and we will reimburse that. 4777. I've changed it slightly. Yeah, as in like its graphics. I'm hoping though that it actually remains like this. Yeah, it's the graphics file. I've got to get into the habit of like not saying diffusers and normals and all that type of stuff, because it's all mod speak that makes no sense to anybody that's normal and not a modder. Right, so then I would imagine we should be alright without a front box for doing this, really, because you don't use very much seeds, if I'm being totally truthful. Oh, we have got loads though. Right, so we ought to pick. Let's pick a field that we didn't actually have as barley. Now, this was the thing that I did used to like on FS22 and 19 and all the rest of them, was the fact that you could actually see which your field had been previously. I think been an oversimplification by Giants now, where there's a lot of very good features that were sort of definitely something before that now we don't have. Yeah, there's a lot of oversimplifications now that are really not, sort of reduce the game to less than it used to be. So let's have a look. I'm trying to think which ones we did have. We had barley in that the first year. That was barley. So we could do barley in that one because that was corn. And 17, likewise. So next door, I believe it was corn. It was, I remember. So we do need to do, let's lower this, or the worker will not understand. I think we ought to do this ourselves because we'll be quicker. So I am going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. we seem to be having quite a lot of tractor issues this particular session. Yeah, the John Deere cannot make it turn. It's just like resisting. My seeder, I did know a long time ago that it's to do with height. It has to be at a certain height. Ooh. So these are the John Deere and this are both their back 3 points are very high in comparison to a normal tractor. So it does go to show me there still is a bit of an issue with a tractor that's got a higher 3-point link, but you can't win them all. Most of us, you wouldn't really normally field a big tractor of this caliber with something like that's very low horsepower anyway, but obviously is one of those considerations that I wasn't aware was still a thing. Yeah, on my first, when I first had it, I had to I had to make a bit of a change. On Reserve Forest I had an issue. Yeah, it seems incapable of turning with the John Deere, and it's not horsepower, and I say 3 points, it's just obviously there must be the physical shape of the tractor. So I've always said this, every single tractor seems to have a foible, something that it's not good with, whether it's a trailer, a low loader. Yeah, the big Challenger I had on Ohio Richlands in FS25, and it hated my favourite trailer, the 82 Studios flatbed. That was my absolute utmost favourite of all trailers. I mean, I love the TPS, but a big trailers, yeah, I will say that, because TPS is my go-to, always was for small to medium, but like it wasn't my go-to for a bigger one. Obviously it's a real good. Now then, so you can see that is actually quite happily seeding every area, whereas it wasn't happy to do that before. It was missing, in fact it missed more than it got. So I think we'll only get this field done, and obviously I do realise I did sort of say, well, we wasn't going to do, but we'll do at least one field at Barley this year. I'm not going to like complete it, but I do think it is a waste of time in a way. I think that we probably don't need to do it at all. Beautiful thing. I thought you've got to use this. It's I did seem to be using rather a lot with the workers. I did say this once before. I swear if you do it, you use less than if... it does look like precision farming's been tweaked again as well, but it does look like you use far less than a standard worker, which makes no sense. Like they waste more than you do. I'm sure last time, though, the liming seemed to be almost like I remember precision farming, where it was doing it how I would have thought it would have done, where it wasn't wasting it terribly, and I really did go a long way with that very first lot of almost sort of doing the entire field with what I'd got, which sort of, to me, sort of struck, well, it was not too far off. Now that's nearly done everything. So yeah, I think it won't be long. It's just finishing off. Right, I think that is about it. Now this really should stop, but it's not. Yeah, even so, this is still a little. Yeah, it's just got that little tiny bit around the edge, but I'm not sure if he'll like see, or she will see that as like still needing doing. So precision farm, this is a nice field, isn't it? Yeah, so pH looks fairly good to me. And nitrogen again looks a bit weird, but yeah, it's so we'll go through till like tomorrow. Did we check the sales this morning? Yeah, we did. The mercury. We get this, or was it last month we got this? So we've nearly got this field of barley done. It is our biggest single field, I think. But yeah, I think this was our first year. So I mean, how many years have we actually been here now? Because I mean, I think this is our second year, which would be classed as third. Say 3, 2, yeah. So this is our second year really, because it starts at August as year 1. Then so year 2 of August is a couple of months ago. So yes, we've done one complete sort of year on the farm already. Well, you pretty much start at the end of year 1 already, don't you? Really, it's sort of basically cashing in on the previous person. Let's just leave this here because it's did say we'd have to grab a tanker, didn't we, as well? Yes, mine's playing up a little. I was on. I did tweak it a little, but I went on again earlier, and it's still misbehaving. So I need to have a bit of a tweak on that. Right. So let's just see how we're doing on our. Let's look at our barley. It was looking. Oh yeah, I think we're done. I think TD or Teddy, whatever you are. I think you're actually done. Yod. I couldn't see a sausage all the way around that you've missed. I think you're actually completely finished. So it still is a thing. Yeah, I can see how low you've sort of got to be to actually do that. Yeah, if you do it in the high raised position, it won't seed, which is supposed to be lowered. So I've tried to treat this as a proper seeder, even though I know hosers in FS22 was not. You know, you could whiz across the field at like 90 mile an hour if you could go 90 mile an hour, and you could obviously seed the entire thing very, very quickly. But I wanted mine to be realistic, as you know, like as a proper seeder, as close as possible. So let's stick that like so. That's not too terrible. So I think what we'll do is animals are fed. I think. Do we need some straw at this top? So straw at the bottom, plenty. No, we blew some. I remember I actually threw some in with the mover. Is that right? The mover? Yeah, it is. So grass, TMR, yes, it's full, 80%, 80,000 litres of everything. A little bit of manure, not a lot, but yeah, we keep shifting it, don't we? And it keeps going back. It's a bit annoying. So. Yeah, so they're pubescent and very high through puberty. So we can actually see they look almost adults, and these have got 40 bands as well. So fantastic. Milk, oh, it's 100 litres. So we definitely did it. We did our job. So let's go through till November morning, where we should see our sugar beet. We do want to be 9 o'clock. Is actually ready, unless the world has ended and all normal rules have been suspended, which I'm hoping that that's not the case, and that actually we will be able to harvest that field. And there's only little old me that's got a harvester capable of like knots all my life. Order vehicle lead. No, we knew that. We what? Oh no, it's sunflowers we did that for. Yeah, 1,250. When is this rain going to stop? Also, we must be getting fairly close to some of our things being. No, they're still barley. Look at the value of the barley whiskey, and that's obviously nearly worth 200,000. Really, if we sell it at the self-sufficiency. TMR is worth. Wow, are we still making TMR? That seems an awful lot. 871,000. It's not doing that multiplication glitch thing again, is it? Let's switch that off, because I really don't believe that that's right. Let's switch you off, because I think you're fibbing. Yeah, so we've got a shed load digestate. Look at that. Straw, silage, digestate, grass. I know we've got a shed load of grass, that I do remember, but and I know we've just done the last grass cuts not a couple of sessions ago. So, yeah, TMR. Well, who's got all this TMR then? Oh, you've got 129. And all my life, you've got nearly 500,000 litres at the corner production silo. Right, okay, so so we've got a shed load in the wrong place, but it doesn't matter as long as it feeds through to this every day. But yeah, the only trouble is, obviously, which corner one is this? With the lots. Let's have a look. Let's tag the place and see. Is it the one at the top? It is. So actually, we can now grab the TMR from here for there, which that's not too terrible. So let's grab that. Let's get some feeding done first. And we'll grab some of that TMR. Oh, it's actually emptied some of the TMR out. So actually, we might not need to feed them, because they might already be fed at the top end. A little bit. Let's do a full load. Ooh, I hope that one's all right. Sleeping in the rain. TMR. Oh, it is a bit weird. This one is too. Squirting at a bit of a weird angle, so that's a bit strange. You think? I think you're right. It's a bit strange. Right, let's go down the bottom and let's like grab that right down at the bottom of the farm with our little tiny John Deere, which I believe is still there. So how much TMR do we need down this end? Quite a bit, I would have thought. Well, not a lot really. It must have been doing it itself. So let's grab some. Ah, that's now not showing. That's a bit odd. Very strange. Straw, plenty still. Milk, 1,250 litres. Now, how are we doing with our butter one? The shed load. Absolute shed load. So how much? Didn't notice the butter one was... It's approaching top price in January. So we're not far off. So we really want to be grabbing about 1,250 litres. But I reckon we probably need lights on. It's a bit dingy, to say the least, as well as heavily rainy. Ooh, and that sunflowers definitely look like they are ready to be harvest. I just hope that we get an opportunity and that this rain sort of stops, because ooh, now that was a bit close, to say the least. So when is this bad weather? Well, according to this, it's about to finish about now. Oh, we've still got to do the bionic. I didn't do the dairy. Yeah, the grate is still in the wrong place, so the dairy needs doing still. Right, so is the sugar beet as well? It should all be ready now to rock and roll and harvest. We are going to need to lease. Yes, they need topping and they need harvesting. So plenty of diesel. We need to sell the diesel. I know we've still got the diesel from last time to sell. It was only a little bit, admittedly, but yeah, this time we definitely need to get that done. So let's leave you down here. What time is this? Well, according to the weather, it's not supposed to be raining now. Full stop. Let's grab you and switch your lights on too. And we'll get you ready. Hang on a minute. How come we've only got 51,000 when we had 100 odd thousand? We haven't bought anything, so it's done that thing again, and we've lost 50 odd grand. Just trying to think. I haven't bought anything. No, we've just lost 50 odd thousand. We had 100,000. Now we've got 50. So again, it's doing something weird with the productions. Oh, I don't think there's a way through here. Oh no, there is at the bottom. Yeah, we need to bring the corn header. So let's speed time up a little. It's a bit dingy anyway, so I suppose. Oh, all my life I'd forgotten it does that. We'll just zip through to 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Very good. I'd totally forgotten about that. I'd got that whizzy extra busy thing going. Oh, my life would just... You can't turn time backwards, no matter how clever you are. It's gone. Now we can grab you, I suppose. So we need to order from the shop, especially now, a special delivery. Because someone wants to look at the sales as well. We're going to have to give us that cash back there. That's ridiculous. I have no idea why we've lost so much money just willy-nilly. We had 108,000, so even this is not... We're still a further 8 grand down. But I don't know what happened. Why have we lost 50,000? What is doing that's costing us that much? And it shouldn't be. I've not known anything like this. It's terrible. Yeah, I mean, the sugar, it doesn't cost that much to do. I mean, that's literally... In fact, the sugar's off. We switched it off a couple of sessions ago because I was trying to isolate what was costing us a fortune. Now, this is going. But, I mean, it's not, its costs are not terribly expensive because it's a fairly natural process. So there's no way this should be costing us that. If it is, it's wrong because we can see that the costs are minimal, very minimal. So I have no idea. Self-sufficiency is now completely off too. So why are we being walloped for 50,000? Is the farm costing us 50 grand? Seriously? Right, anyway, let's, yeah. Let's have a look at the sales too before we start. Yeah, let's... Oh, wow, that is a very reasonable cost. If I didn't, we will buy that. Oh, blow it. Annoying. Right, my bad. I should have known, shouldn't I, really? I will allow it this time. I hate doing this on camera, but especially when it's my own silly fault. But it's let's be honest, I could drive up to the store, but I'm wasting your time. So really, it is one of those things that, although, you know, annoying in a way, do we need a sprayer? We know we've got one, haven't we? Oh, okay, you've got to have... Right, so that's the smallest you can have. So we're going to lose a little bit of options, but hopefully we'll get enough back. So, ooh. Right, okay, let's add 5,000. It is true, actually. It's not selling porcupines. Do 2, just to be sure, and 58,000. So we need to... That is as low as it gets. No, it's not. We've got those 2 to do. Yes. So let's see what we get back for that. We'll sell that first. 59,989. What we're going to make for selling that? Please remember, I know what I'm like. I'll go and sell the wrong thing first. So 59,000. Sell the 68. So right, yeah, we still was worth. But we also need you again. For that, we may as well buy the 2 because we're doing it all in one anyway. And yes, fantastic. We'll sell this as well. It's a very nifty tractor. I do like the little classes. My favourite 205 horsepower Orion. It's a beautiful tractor. Now again, it always used to punch well above its sort of 205 horsepower. It's more like a 250, I always thought. But, so then, sell you, yes. Sell you, yes. Sell you, yes. Fantastic. So we need to lend a lot more. So what is the value? Is it 321,000? Whoa. So we need to lend an absolute shed load. 321. And don't want any extras. Nope. On. Fantastic. Sell that and then pay the bank manager immediately before they wallop a massive cost on us. Now there are a couple of cheaper options with the forage officers. There's a Russell mash that's very reasonable. Obviously it's not capable of like doing big 9-meter headers, but you know, it still gives you that capability on the farm. Let's see what we actually got when we've repaid everything. Because, yeah, I know that will have made us quite a bit of cash, but let's see. We need it because I don't know, for some reason this 50-odd thousand a night is ridiculous. Right, now we need to go down the farm, and now we need to order down on the farm our harvesters for the day. We've got the harvester for the sunflower. I'm literally just getting everything ready. God, for the life of me, see where I am. So the header we've got over there ready for those two. So if we jump down to here, we should be able to order one of my harvesters. We'll just order it about here. I'm not sure if this is the right way or the wrong way. Alright, store deliveries. Now we want the store deliveries actually, dude. So we want the harvester. Sugar beet. Now, I've not tried this for sugar beet. It is originally a sugar beet harvester, so it really should be absolutely spot on for this particular. Gone straight past it. It's beet harvesters like this here. Yeah, so it is the original. I did change that one. I thought I had. Yeah, but naughtily, that's got everything and it shouldn't have really. This one should have. Now this one did. Yeah, now that's the super special one that does a lot. And this is like, yeah, the one that we need is the. We could actually use the original one. No, because it's got a small hold. Yeah, let's use this one. The Holus. Yes, it did do potatoes last time I tried it. So let's lease you. Just you absolutely a very, very good price for that. I have actually. Have I read it? Yeah, no. Oh, have I taken the things on and not put them back? The metal supports. Oh, I have as well. Yeah, I apologise for the unrealism. I did. This is when I was tweaking and I've forgotten to put the little tiny supports on for the. I was trying to get it to turn and it didn't quite work right, so I sort of took them out and I was going to put them back in, but now it looks like they're hovering on air. So I apologise for this. So that should. Let me just check it. We want someone with narrows. Or does it matter anymore? It's got to be someone fairly powerful. Let's have a look. I think it's sugar beet. I'm not sure this is quite powerful enough. I think we probably need the big John Deere, which has got narrows anyway. So actually, that probably is the bestest of the lot, which is hiding somewhere there. Yeah, this is probably the bestest because it is narrows. Just hope the game recognises that they are narrow, because some of these narrows are narrow and they don't recognise that they're narrow. Right, so we're also going to need some trailers, but we have got plenty of silos down in that area, so we don't really. Yeah, I mean, yeah, true. I could actually use the silos. Thinking about it, go straight into the silo. Just want to test, make sure we're good, and that they're. Oh, yeah, it's a bit easy to tip. Yeah, I can really almost tip this. He says it's leaning heavily, but it does seem to be not quite tippable. Yeah, this is about the right range for this. Let's just check that we actually are good. So I've not done the. Let's just reset that as well. It is very highly visible, the pink, which I've always said that about pink. It's one of those colours that. So it should. Did I? Oh, you did get it to turn, and just not quite right. Now this used to work. I was going to say this was one of the few things where that model actually worked. So what has happened to make that go weird like that? Yeah, this actually, I showed this on Frankenmuth. It was actually working quite nicely. It certainly wasn't doing that. Do you know, I spent hours getting that right, and then there's an update by Giants and it totally ruins it. What is that like? We should be. Might look crazy, but it should actually work. Yeah, it is working. We are working. That is absolutely crazy, though. Spent hours getting that right. Do you know, seriously? And it's now disappeared. I'm not surprised. It's probably whizzed into outer space. It looks like I'm going to have to look at the Hollis again then, because it's just not right. That's annoying. Right, so then 163,000. We paid our debt off. What have we got? Anything to sell? I'm not going to sell it. I just want to sort of focus on, because this is a shambles, really. It is. That's still, yeah, TMRs. I'm not surprised it's worth 100 grand with nearly a million litres of this stuff. I just don't think that adds up. I think the game's cheating. We saw this on Frankenmuth with one of the products, eggs. It multiplied eggs. And I don't know why the game's choosing a particular thing and going wrong with just one, because productions just don't seem, or production silos don't seem right. And I can't blame myself because it's not, that's yellow. That's white. Yeah, I can't blame myself because it really is out of your hands. You know, you only can create recipes. What the game does with them is down to game mechanics, not you yourself. So, oh, well, you can go minus if you do something weird, which I haven't done. So yeah, you've got the wrong ended. If you start and you finish on your pallets are wrong, that can do something weird to the game. I've seen that, but I haven't got that anymore. I fixed that a long time ago, so I haven't got anything bad like that. So we will get this lot done next month. We can do, and I will hopefully get a time to have a look at the Hollis again and see why on earth its roller is like flying around like a mad thing. See it? Oh, it depends on where it rotates to then. That's what's the problem is. Yeah, it's supposed to just rotate circular, not in a massive circle like that. And it was working fine. I showed it on Frankenmuth, so again, another one of Giant's updates that smashed your mod. And you then got to put it all back together again because it smashed it. So yeah, annoying. Very, very annoying. Because they're not the easiest things to do either, rollers. They're a pain in the backside. Never mind. I will sort it. Right, so then, all that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you can put up with me some more. Oh, do you know, seriously. Yeah. I do apologise. I'm sorry for the whingy, but it is really annoying as a model. You've just fixed it, and it took you hours to get right, and then it's just an update smashes it to pieces, and you've got to literally start all over again. I mean, and I've got loads of mods that I should be getting on with without fixing ones that I'd already fixed, so it's just a bit annoying. Right, so then, all that remains to be said is goodbye for now.